Hello everybody, it's Simmer Evie back with another YouTube video, and in today's video I have a speed build. Today we are building it's almost like a small village, if you can imagine. That's kind of the best way to describe it. It's kind of like a gated community almost, but instead of big expensive houses, it is just smaller little cabins. I built this on the big Brindleton Bay lot, so it's kind of like a rural just little group of houses for people to live in, a little community. So yeah, that's basically it. It's kind of hard to describe, but hopefully that gives you a little idea. So I actually had a really good time making this build. It took me like 3 hours to do, so it wasn't the shortest build I've ever done, but it could have taken longer. So yeah, it was quite challenging because I planned out the build before I did it, and then I wrote like where I want everything what I want. So whilst I was doing that, I wrote who I would imagine to live in each hut. So one of them was like a single man, one of them was a mother and daughter, one of them was a family of 4, an elderly couple. So, and I had a really good time building because, you know, I set those kind of standards for myself. It's things that I've never done before, you know, it's quite challenging. So instead of just doing, you know, the usual modern apartment or whatever, I had to really think, use my imagination, have a bit of a challenge. But because of it, I love how this build turned out. So yeah, it was really positive, and it was a good like mental challenge. So I personally am very proud of it. It was 3 hours well spent. I think it looks really good, if I do say so myself, but I think you'll get the idea of that anyway, because at the end you will see I took a butt ton of screenshots, like a lot, especially around the pond in the middle, which you'll see. You've probably seen it already. I haven't really been watching the video, but I cut out all the landscaping to begin with. So there's that big pond, you can kind of see it in the corner at the moment. In live mode or live mode or whatever, I love how it looks. I don't know, I think it's just the sunlight and the way it looks. I don't know, it's just, I think it looks so pretty, and I was so proud of it. So you'll probably be able to see I took a lot of photos. So yeah, this, what we're doing right now is the like I was telling you, the single man's house. So this is a man who's living in the community. You can hear my dog barking. So yeah, this is like a single man who's in the community, you know, just socializing, you know, having a good time. He's by himself, but he has a dog. So this is like him and his dog living together. Yeah, I kind of just saw him as like, not grumpy, just like a sweet, nice guy who's a bit of a hoarder, basically. So you'll be able to see I just went kind of crazy with the clutter. Not crazy actually, tastefully crazy, I think is the best way to describe it. But there's lots of clutter everywhere. He's only got a small TV, trying to keep it within that feel. The dog's got a little corner, and you will probably be able to see I spent ages trying to do a corner shelf. Look, starting now. I don't know how long this goes on for, but it took me ages, and in the end I didn't even do it because I couldn't find colours that matched or looked right. So yeah, it doesn't happen, but you can see me struggling to do it anyway. So this was the first house. Yeah, like I said, it was really fun. This is at the start when I had lots of stamina and my hopes were up, and I'm like, yeah, I'm having a good time. You might see in the middle, I tend to just kind of dip out a bit because I was like, it's been 2 hours of building, I'm losing the will to live. But you know, I actually cut out some of the building. So, well, I've already cut out placing the cabins, or the huts, or whatever you want to call them, the small houses. And you will see me build 4 houses, and then there was another 3 which I cut out, but you'll see the screenshots and I'll talk you through them. So as I was building these, there is this one, which is the gentleman with his dog. Then next door there is a single mother and daughter in the pink house. Then there is a kind of like a crazy cat lady vibe I was going for, but in the end her house wasn't too cat overrun, I don't think. No, it's pretty tame, but it's very yellow if I remember. Yeah, so there's that one, which is just a lady and her cats having a great time. Then the one after that is, okay, so there's a garden in the corner, which you will see. And next to the garden there is a house for the gardener. That's that. And then at the top, if you imagine it, there's like the side where the Sims spawn on, where they first go into the lot, and then like on the far end there is I think it's probably the biggest house, which is just for a elderly couple. And then there is a main hall, which I would imagine being kind of like a big hall for meetings and buffets and discussions and everything, talking about the group, talking about the area. Then there is, oh my god, my memory is chugging right now. I think that's, after that there's a scientist's house, so this is all stuff you didn't see me build. You won't see the elderly people's house. And then there's a scientist, and then a family of 4 with 2 adults, a teen daughter and a toddler child, little boy. And then there is a shop and a library. But in the end I condensed them into one and put in a roller rink, which came with seasons. So yeah, that's the kind of layout of the town. I had something. Oh yeah, I had something to say. I am recording this at 2 a.m. So if my voice sounds a little bit dodgy, it's because I'm kind of half whispering because I don't want to wake my parents up, even though the dog just barked very loudly downstairs. My brother yelled at him, but anyway, and my brain is a bit of a mess because, you know, it's kind of late. But basically I stopped recording because I was getting kind of tired. I needed to take a break, and I always feel a lot of pressure, even though I know there's like no one watching me live, but I feel a lot of pressure because I know what I'm doing is being recorded, so I tend to make a lot of slower decisions, and it was just taking ages. So I stopped and banged out the other 3 houses. Then I went back and recorded the town hall and the shop at the end, and then cut it again, did the few final touches, and then took some photos. So that's basically how the whole video came together. So yeah, that's basically a summary of why there's probably some really awkward cutting going around, but yeah. So I've actually got a list right here of things to talk about because I was like, okay, this is a 40-minute video, I need to become prepared. My computer, you can't hear it right now, my computer is crying. This is like a 40-minute video. My computer is not handling it well. It has to do music, video and voiceover, so it's not having a fun time, but you know, it's doing good. So some of the keen-eyed of you who have been here for a little while longer, even though I'm literally on 10 subscribers, but you know, oh well, I have a new intro. Well, I have an intro. It's not a new one because I didn't have one to begin with, but I've got an intro now. So whilst I was waiting for this massive video, because before I'd edited it, it was 3 hours of footage. No, it was kind of under because it was like 2 hours of footage. I was like, oh no, I'm going to make an intro. So I did. So now I've got an intro. Let me know what you think. I know it's really, really basic, but I was like, I feel all official now. I need an intro and and I've redone my profile picture as well. I'll probably redo my channel out as well because it's kind of bad. So yeah, let me know what you think of the intro. It didn't really take super long at all. In fact, it took about 20 minutes. But you know, I did it myself, so I'm a fan. I have rose-coloured glasses on, but you know, that is what's going on. If you noticed, congratulations. So yeah, we've got some big changes going on. I'm also going to start a channel Instagram to start promoting the channel and trying to encourage it to grow and get people to come and watch the videos, because that's what I want to do. It needs to be promoted. I'm happy with my content at the moment, so I want other people to come and see it and come and say hello. So yes, I'm starting a new channel Instagram. I will leave it linked in the description. I imagine it's probably going to be called something like Simmer Evie, you know, which is probably what's expected. The link will be in the description to that, probably for all future videos now. So yeah, that's that. Oh yeah, I just wanted to talk. I got through 3 hours of building, because if you've ever done a big project, I know this isn't even that big, I don't know why I'm being such a little wuss, but my top tip for if you are doing a big building project is to listen to ASMR. And I know ASMR is kind of, well, some people like it, I love it, I listen to it constantly, but I know some people can kind of like make fun of it. But if you have a big building, because when you're playing, I like having background noise, so if I'm playing The Sims, you can't exactly watch TV or anything, so I either listen to music or ASMR works, because it still feels like you're watching a YouTube video, but it's all listening and it's relaxing, and it just kind of helps you, you know, chill out, have a nice time, get into the building zone, mind frame, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, I was building this, and I think for like a good 2 hours I had 1 GB ASMR video on, and I just played it on repeat. It's like my favourite video ever. I will leave that linked in the description as well. But I'm obsessed with it. It was so good. Okay, so anyway, back into reality. We're building the single mum's house now. So you might have just seen there was a kitchen there, living room. I was just working on the mum's bedroom. The little girl's bedroom is that one on the right there. Mum's is in the centre. So yeah, I had good fun with this, because I imagined it as, but it's just a mother and a daughter, so I went all in with the pinks, all in with the bright colours, and it was really fun. It's probably my second favourite house after the gardener one, which will be the next one. So yeah, I really, really like this, how this one turned out as well. So yeah, all in all, if you can't tell, I'm very proud of this build. I've had this build recorded for since Friday I finished it. So like for 3 days now I've had it recorded. But I just haven't done the voiceover because I don't know. I don't have an excuse. But it's been ready and waiting and ready to go. I've had lots of homework. That can be my excuse. We'll say that. We'll call it that. Homework. If in doubt, blame school. You get me? Yeah. That's normally my go-to excuse. If in doubt, blame school. So just doing the finishing touches now. I tried to get windows in on like every house, but it didn't really work and they kind of looked weird from the outside. But we're just gonna roll with it. We'll just roll with the punches, it's fine. Oh, pardon me. 2 in the morning. So yeah. Oh no, this is the okay. We're on the crazy cat lady build. I actually played with this lot like on the Saturday after I finished recording it, and there's a lot going on. I've got the full house mod, so I can have like over 8 people. So I think it's like, so I can figure it out. So there's a man, mother, daughter, cat lady, gardener, old couple, a scientist, family of 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. There's 12 people, and then 2 dogs and 5 cats, I think. So there's a lot going on. It's complete chaos. The first thing I did was I locked all the doors, so I was like, let only the sim in, so everybody had their set house, you get me? I played for it for about like an hour. Exhausting. It's exhausting because there's so much going on. It's crazy, just complete chaos, but it was actually kind of fun. So, you know, because like I said, it was something I've never done before. Normally I just have like a family or one person, so it was quite nice to explore different parts of the game, which is one of the things that I'm most thankful for starting my YouTube channel for, because it's meant that I've started to play the game in a different way. So I'm using a lot of items I don't normally use, or I'm creating sims that I would never normally use. So it's actually been really beneficial, and it's sort of given the sims a new lease of life for me, because I feel like most people, you kind of go through phases with the game. So there's like, you get it and then you completely overplay it, get sick to death with it, leave it for like 2 months, come back to it, remember you love it, completely overplay it, kill it. It's kind of like that, in like a vicious circle. But I think the best way to prevent that is to like play aspects of it you don't normally play. So if I'm ever getting bored with it, I will start like a mini get to work game where someone's a police officer or a scientist, and I'll only put like a couple of hours into it, maybe only play it over a few days, but just by like re-exploring parts of the game that I've never really done before, it kind of stops you from going off it. So like I just said, I've been playing with like a bakery with all the get to work stuff, selling cakes, and it's been really nice, and it's just like one sim and their dog, so it's quite relaxing to play. You're not rushing around with like 12 sims, so it's it's kind of helped keep the game alive for me. And I always think, so if you're starting to get sick to death of The Sims, which I'm sure we all do, because it's a great game, but like anything, you get bored, just change it up and do something you don't normally ever do. And that's my top tip. So yeah, there you go. there's your Evie Pearls of Wisdom for today. I mean, you're welcome. So, just thinking. Oh yeah, I was going to talk a little bit about the shop as well. So the shop, it started off as a restaurant. It started off as a shop in one building and a library in another. Then I realised we don't have very many objects, so I was like, okay, I'm not going to be able to fill 2 full buildings with stuff. So I combined it into one. There's like a row of shelves at the back, which I imagine is all, I don't know why. Okay. I don't know what just happened to the video, but it's fine. Oh yeah, so I like condensed everything into one shop. Okay, the shelves at the back are, I'd imagine, to be like produce made. So there is beehives in the garden area, which, so I imagine in the shop there would be selling the honey, selling the produce from the farm, selling maybe some like scarves or something, some knitting that some of the people have done, some crafts, some things like that. And then I had to do a library as well, because I felt like when I was planning it all, I was thinking of what would be best to make into the community. So I was like, okay, well, we need housing, main hall, a shop, and then I was like, oh, well, I could do a gym, but I don't think that's what fits this rural setting. So I was thinking about what's around where I live, because I live in rural Somerset, and I was like, oh, every town has a library, so we did a library. So that's kind of the story behind that, and then it got condensed into one. So there's shelves, bookshelves, there's like the library's sorting carts, which represents the whole library section, and then there was like a big space, and we were running out of objects and like things to put in. So I was like, okay, I'll turn it into like a little makeshift cafe. So there's a little counter, there's quite a few tables and chairs, and a big menu up on the board, and then there's like the till, so it's like a little, and one of the coffee machines from Get Together as well was in there. So that's basically it. It's like a nice little community area. There's also, thinking about it now, the library bit is kind of obsolete, because when I'll show you the screenshots of the main hall area, which I did, and you'll see it, I put in a big row of bookshelves. So with this build, I basically wanted to, because it's more rural, I decided to do less of a focus on technology, and instead kind of go a bit more back to basics. So there's books, there's like the chest, the easel, yoga mats, so it's a lot more in the community. So not all houses have computers, not all have TVs. I know for a fact the elderly people have a computer, because they have like a study, they have their own private library study thing, but they don't have a TV. So it's kind of like being more of a community and being a group working together, and everybody's a friend and everybody knows each other, instead of being separated and like it's like spending. That's why there's a lot of like public spaces. So there's like the main hall, which has like a bar on top and like a kids area, and there's the roller rink, the garden, and the library store kind of thing. So it's more about being with the community instead of spending time inside, because that's not what the whole aim of this build was. Having said that, this is now, the one we're on now is my favourite house. I really like how the indoor plants are like clustered in the windows. It's kind of like the gardener has like ordered them and given the plants the best life, and you know, putting them in the windows, making sure everybody's happy. So yeah, this is my favourite one. I quite like the open plan, and there's like a little doggy area, which I think is very cute. So yeah, and then out those big windows you can see the garden as well, which is a very nice feature, probably, which apart from the pond is my favourite part of this build. This build is just very photogenic, if I do say so myself. I know I'm probably biased, but I'm very proud. I've said it before, I'm going to say it again. This is a good build. So what I'm doing now is the garden. These lines are kind of like where the trees will be. So it's like that bit of like an orchard area. So this is where like you plant apples and whatever trees you want. And then we put in individual planters for everything else. And the beehives, and then there's like a little swing set for the children, because it's, again, there's like a big focus on children, and the little chicken hutch, which is custom content. I had the bees there originally, and then I put a swing right next to it, and I was like, probably not best for the kids, so then I moved the bees to be closer to the plants anyway. And then I put a fire pit next to the swing anyway. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, if you excuse the pun. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I used the big lantern tree from movie stuff, I think it's called, and just downsized it a bit so that we've got the campfire and the lanterns on the tree. So it's quite a nice little like just like in the evenings, a nice place to go and hang out and chat and sit around the campfire in the summer. So yeah, there's also a lot of fairy lights around, and there's lanterns all around the pond. And so I'll show you some photos as well at the end that I took during the night time as well, because again, I'm really biased, but I think it looks very nice at night as well. I wanted to show you that, and I couldn't stop taking photos. So yeah, that's that. I think I've said my piece. I can't think of anything else to fill you in on. Yeah. The only thing I can think of is on the big family bit, you might see a art. So yeah, okay, let's go from the beginning. Like I said, when I was building these houses and putting all the objects in, I had backstories in mind for the people that might live in there, because it helped me like visualize it and put two and two together in my head of what needs to be there and what it might look like. So one of the family of four, the mum is an artist, so there's like a big art display board outside the house, and there's the teenage girl in there is like very active and has very strong political views and arguments about things like global warming, climate change. So she, up on her wall, you might see she has like she has those things from City Living, like the little posters people hold up, and she has a cat tower in her room as well, because she's got two cats. Jeez, get my words out. So yeah, basically everybody has a story. There's the scientist, which I told you about. We're working on the main hall now, which is, so downstairs it's like the meeting area. There's a big long table, which is where everybody would sit at to discuss official town things. Well, it's not really official community things. And then there's toilets down there and games and stuff. And then up here it's a little bit less official and a little bit more group areas. There's a bar and a barbecue with lots of seats for people to sit at. I kind of split it in half. So on this side at the moment, which we're working on, is the more adult area with tables and chairs and the barbecue, and then on the other side there is a basketball hoop, a kiddie pool, the water balloon bucket, and there's like one of those graffiti mural things on the floor as well. So that's kind of how, there's something for everybody. I put the basketball hoop right over the towards the edge, and then I kind of laughed at like imagining what would happen if the ball got thrown off the roof and who would be sent out to go and get it. Don't know, just weird Evie things. But yeah, that's basically what's going on right now. So yeah, there's a little kiddie pool going in. I don't know why I'm leaning over watching this. And I just picked out the rink. Oh, I wanted to put a water slide on there as well, but I forgot how whacking great huge the water slides are. There's a little basketball hoop over the edge. And I was like, nice. Yeah. I think I really have said everything now. Oh. I lied again. Behind the back of the shop, I don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, there you will be able to, when we do the floor plan screenshots, there's like one of the jungle adventure tables. So the shop doesn't work, like you can't play it because it's a residential lot, so obviously people aren't going to come and turn up and do stuff and like interact. But there's that one of the tables from Jungle Adventure which you can like sell objects on. So instead, if you have things, you find anything like the pets find stuff, you can whack it on that table and set it for sale instead, which I think will work. So yeah, this is the downstairs area. I cut out all those toilets because those toilets took forever. Like, you don't realise how long it takes to place individual toilets until you're doing it, and then all of a sudden you're very grateful for people who do public builds that put individual toilets in, because trust me, it takes a long time. Oh yeah, here's the bookshelves going in. There's a big long pardon me, there's a big long table for all the adults to sit at, and then lots of portraits as well up on the walls of maybe people that lived there before, maybe people that started the community. I realise the more I'm talking about this now, it sounds very culty. Trust me, it's not a cult. Well, it can be if you want, I don't know. It's The Sims. It's freedom. So, yeah, that's where all the people discuss changes and discuss what's going on. Maybe new people, letting new people arrive and come in and things like that. I don't know. It's up to you to imagine what might go on in there. So, yeah. I think that's it this time. Maybe. Third time's the charm. I might actually leave you alone and let you just enjoy the video. Yeah, I think that's about it. I'm gonna say, actually no, I'm not. I'm gonna go now. Oh my god, did you just hear my voice crack? I'm not gonna edit that out because everybody gets to enjoy that. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video in peace, and then see you again for the screenshots. Okay, bye guys. Okay, so I'm back to bother you again with the screenshots. This is just a general view. This is just showing you the entrance and having a little look around the pond. So that's the roller rink you just saw, or the houses. There was the shop in the background as well. These are the houses that you didn't see me build. So there's the scientist and the family in there. That's the elderly couple in the yellow house at the back. You get a bit more of a view of the lovely pond and the main hall. So this is the elderly guy's house, one elderly single guy's house, with all of his collections and bits and bobs he's found. His little doggy corner with his TV, very cute. This is the mother and daughter house, with a teeny tiny little kitchen and living area. And I love that bookshelf. Can I just say that bookshelf is a good bookshelf. The mother's bedroom and then the daughter's bedroom. Then there is the crazy cat lady, if you will, with her yellow themed house. Little cat posters up on the wall there. Her TV living area with cat tower and the bedroom. Next is the gardener's house with the plants in the windows and the kitchen. The bed, it's kind of like a studio apartment kind of thing. That's the view in, and this is the garden now with the swing set and the chickens and the little fire pit. This is the elderly couple's house. So they have a little sitting area and dining table there, and a kitchen with a piano as well, because they're bougie. Then they have a bedroom with a walk-in wardrobe, and this is the little study. And what you can't see is there's a load of bookshelves on the other wall. So this is the hall with the meeting area and more books, and then kids area and the toilets, little foosball table. Then upstairs they've got the bar for the adults and the little children's area along the other side. This is the scientist's house, I do believe. Yep, with her little living area and kitchen. Then the little science lab room. Her bed's actually in the living area. This is the big family's house, so this is their living area and kitchen. Then they have, this is the daughter's bedroom with her little things up on the wall and the cat tower. This is the toddler son's bedroom and the master bedroom as well. And just some more shots. I didn't and the shop. I didn't take any photos of the bathrooms. Every single house has a bathroom, but it's not too exciting. And this is the place all lit up at night as well, around the little pond. And the garden in the background there with small fairy lights. And this is the floor plan. So thank you guys so much for watching. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. I've been Evie, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys!